This is the phone's memo. This is the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. We might write many spontaneous thoughts in the memo. Write down many spontaneous thoughts. So this philosopher emperor, unique in ancient and modern times, would write what content? What content will he write down? Marcus Aurelius, one of the 5 good emperors. While he was fighting everywhere, he did not forget to record his philosophical thoughts. Today we all know. The enduring work he left behind is called Meditations. However, the title, Meditations, was given by later generations. Meditations itself was written by Marcus Aurelius for himself. Most of his manuscripts do not even have a title, or a specific order, because from the beginning he had no intention of making these contents public. Although today, Meditations is compiled into 12 books. In actual content, it does not have a clear main thread, and in terms of language, Aurelius did not choose the official language of the Roman Empire, Latin, but instead chose ancient Greek as the language for Meditations. These memos record his philosophical reflections, ethical choices in life, personal moral cultivation, and also document the contradictions of being an emperor and his complex inner world. Since Meditations does not have distinct chapters or sections, here I will excerpt a part of the content and share with everyone. Aurelius wrote in the first volume, "From my great-grandfather, I learned not to frequent public schools, but to have the best classroom at home. I learned in these matters not to be stingy with money. From my teachers, I understood not to get involved in any faction of the circus, nor to get caught up in party strife of the dueling ground. Everything we hear is just an opinion, and not necessarily a fact. Everything we see is just a perspective, and not necessarily the truth. The purpose of life is not to stand with the majority, but to stay away from the ranks of the mad. I cannot understand what people want besides the truth, except for the truth. Don't go to see what your neighbor is saying, doing, thinking. You will save a lot of time. The soul is dyed by the color of its thoughts. Do not become like your enemy. That is the noblest response. Because everyone else is a fool. So should you be one too? If someone looks down on me, it is definitely their problem. Because the only thing I care about is not doing or saying anything that is despised by others. People despise and flatter each other. People each hope to be above others, yet each crawls before others. You should be like a rock constantly being hit by huge waves, standing firm and unmoved, taming the frenzy of the waves around you. If someone can make me believe that I have not been thinking and acting correctly, I will gladly change myself, because I seek the truth, and no one will be harmed by the truth. Only those who cling to error and ignorance will have to pay the price for it. Life must be harvested like ripe wheat. The birth of a person, the revival of another person. A person may be better at tripping his opponent, but he is not kinder or more humble. He did not receive better training to deal with everything that happens, nor a more careful process of treating others. Life is an art of dueling, not a dance. He should stand firm, ready to deal with sudden attacks. Think about it. People must do the same thing anyway. Even if you are furious about it, you may not have the leisure or ability to read, but you definitely have the leisure and ability to prevent arrogance. Beyond joy and pain, beyond the love of false fame. Do not worry about foolish and ungrateful people. Don't even pay attention to them, not only in the Senate, and speak appropriately to anyone. Not arrogant or pretentious. Speak plainly and honestly. Accept wealth and prosperity without showing off. At the same time, be prepared to give up at any time. People who do not know what the world is, nor where they are. People exist for each other, existing for one another. Teach them, tolerate them. The light shines until it goes out. Only then will it lose its brilliance. And the truth in your heart, justice and self-control. Must it go out before you die? I realize that my character needs improvement and training. Until the mist and deception are near. Do not write anything opportunistic. Do not give tedious admonitions. Do not show off your training, or perform acts of kindness. To avoid showing off, I have also learned to avoid overly ornate language, crafting intricate writing. The above is an excerpt from Chen Silu's work. The Stoic school believes in fate and destiny, believing the world is governed by Logos as the supreme god. Marcus Aurelius reigned for 20 years, but it was an era of frequent wars and disasters. The Marcomanni from the north were advancing towards the Danube. There were also constant rebellions within the empire. The population of Rome was decreasing. The economy was continuously declining. Even a philosopher emperor who received a good education from childhood could not reverse the decline of the Roman Empire. Most of his thoughts were written in turmoil and toil. Stoicism was born out of philosophy of helplessness and endurance. We can see that their moral principles are unclear. The rationality they speak of, sometimes as human nature, sometimes as human virtue, sometimes as human thought, sometimes as God's arrangement, various circular arguments, leads to the Stoic philosophy not being logically rigorous. Between the lines, we can always feel a slightly exaggerated sweetness, and a hint of unhideable melancholy. In my opinion, the greatest aspect of Stoic philosophy lies in its cosmopolitan spirit, and in natural law, its pioneering role in theories like natural rights. This is a kind of thinking that can transcend time. Besides that, the rest is just their ideal standards in moral cultivation. Even though these standards can serve as a reference for us, I still wouldn't recommend Stoicism to any young person. For those full of vigor, emitting vitality, Stoicism seems more like an exit route set up by an old man for himself. Yes, in my dialogue with Stoic philosophy, it's as if I can see an old man in the twilight of his life. He neither longs for liberation beyond nor dares to defy the fate of this shore. Nor does he dare to go against the destiny of this shore. Amidst the moral decline in the storm, seeking inner peace, he is like an actor about to end his performance, seeking a dignified exit in a play about to end. As for moral cultivation, I do not place much importance on it in my heart, because I believe morality is a private matter. Morality is based on the choice of free will. Everyone has their own moral compass in their hearts, without violating natural rights and public order and good customs. I believe that morality should not be overly emphasized. Excessive demands on human nature, these are all irrational, cruel, and ignorant. Morality is like a bowl of chicken soup for individuals. Morality is like a diaper for society. Rather than demanding too much from individuals, we should demand a fair environment more, a system of justice, how to honor good deeds, how to make evil deeds pay the price. Hypocritical moralizing is always the cheapest. Only rules can shackle the evil of human nature. Follow me, I'll show you a popular view of philosophy. Next time we will talk about skepticism. Friends, see you next time.